What's up, everyone? It's Jay Ray, the co-host of Q Points, and one really important way that you can support our show is by subscribing to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Q Points is pretty much everywhere. One of those places where you can subscribe, and we highly encourage it, is on Apple Podcasts. If you visit qpnt.net/Apple Podcasts. You could subscribe to the show and listen to all of the episodes. And please, please, please leave us 5 stars because you know you love Q Points, and leave us a review. We really want to hear from you, and it helps to spread the word about the show. It's that simple. Thanks so much for tuning into Q Points, and thank you so much for supporting us. Have a great one.
All right, mic check 1 2, testing. Here we go. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
What's happening, folks? My name is Jay Ray, and also known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III.
And if you're wondering, we are absolutely live tonight for another episode of Q Points. It is 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. If you're tuning in with us on Facebook Live, or if you're a Q Points insider on qpoints.com, we welcome you. Thank you so much for coming back, because that's big. You know, people are actually coming back to hear us chit chat about music and the global impact of Black music as we know it. Yes. And as we used to know it.
Yeah, so happy to see folks here. And I see that folks are in the chat hanging out. We can see y'all. And thank you so much for joining. And it should be a fun night. So definitely talk to us. Yo, make sure that you share and let people know that we are live and we are talking. And whatever happens, because we ain't editing this show. Hey, y'all.
Listen, so if you see any of these records fall out, just pray for me, because there's not supposed to be anybody back there. But so just pray for me, because it's a spirit. It's an ancestor.
Yes.
Back there pushing records out. And thank you, Kimberly Stewart, Lucas. Thank you, Warrior Mama, for sharing the show. I see my boy Mashawn is on there as well. Listen, let everybody know that they need to come in, because tonight is going to be, you know, I really hate us sounding like a broken record each week. It just sounds like we are, unfortunately, having to say goodbye to another person that brings some type of joy and function to the Black community as far as music is concerned. And this week, the Atlanta house community has to say goodbye to DJ Royce.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm pausing because okay, for those of you who know me, it's funny. I thought I knew what I was going to say, and then I don't know what I'm going to say, because this is a big deal. So for those of you who know my work, my Atlanta-based work with Static, a lot of the beginning stuff actually was with Royce. So here's how that happened. I wasn't sure what Static was going to be at the time, and it was a lot of things. And I decided that I was going to start interviewing DJs. I give this idea out. If somebody wants to do this, they should do it, because I wanted to have the largest collection of interviews with house music DJs, very specifically. And I wanted to have like just an archive of like conversations with DJs. So I kind of started out as talking to people. And the first DJ that I spoke to was DJ Royce. He's the first DJ that I spoke to. And following that conversation, wow, this is crazy. So I thought I wanted to be a DJ. We're going to talk about why that's important when we get into the next segment. But I thought I wanted to be a DJ. And then Royce came to my crib, Sir Daniel. He came to my crib. He bought, I had been gifted. Shout out my frat brother, Greg. So you know Greg. DJ G-Ray.
Yes.
So gifted me a little controller.
I remember that controller.
Yep.
I remember it.
Yep.
Yes.
He gifted me the controller, and Royce came to my house and showed me how to use it. But he also brought the film Maestro. If you've never seen that film, see the film. But we talked about DJing and house music and telling a story and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and from there, so y'all have probably seen, y'all had seen Royce on Instagram and on Instagram primarily DJing at his house. The first two of those were with me. So we called it the late night house music sessions. I would go to his house at like 10 o'clock at night, and he would have everything set up and turn on the light. And then I had my camera and we would just film. And so if you go to Static's YouTube, the first two of those, now there's a ton of them because he kept doing them, but the first two are on Static's page. So I'm saying all this to say is that brother was big, like big and an amazing spirit. And I'm happy that we have all of those mixes, but we will miss him. Yeah, just a huge loss. So yeah, shout out to DJ Royce.
I didn't know him personally. Like I knew of him through you, and then of course subsequently following him on social media. I did, however, get to see him as a dancer.
Yes.
In the house music element. And that brother, when I tell you he felt everything that was being played. And for people who enjoy house music, who are part of, and when we started this segment, I said the house music community, it is a community.
Yes.
Like, these brothers and sisters are hurting right now because they've lost their brother. Mm-hmm. And it is a community, and they speak a language that most people outside don't understand, because house music is felt here.
Here. It's in there.
Yeah. It's felt deeper. A lot of people in the community feel it a lot deeper than what, people who kind of visit every now and then don't necessarily get. Mm-hmm. So I get it. I saw him, and I would see him. There's one video that stands out in my mind. He is literally kneeling at the speaker.
Yes.
He's kneeling at the speaker, and the brother is like worshiping the beat, because it's ministering to him. It's saying something, it's doing something to him. It's saying something to him. So, and I respected that. I absolutely respected that, because I knew that he respected the craft. Mm-hmm. He respected the music. He respected the ancestry that flows through house music. So definitely a major loss to the world in general.
Yes, absolutely.
And you were very close to him. Like you, again, you said, you were taking those DJ lessons. Mm-hmm. I remember that clearly. Because when I was like, oh yeah, I DJ. You were like, oh yeah, I'm learning how to DJ too. I was like, okay, cool.
And here's what's interesting, right? So we'll get into this tonight. So ultimately, y'all, I decided that DJing was not for me.
Uh-oh.
But here was why. Knowing and loving the craft is really important. I recognize that when I was learning, that I just wanted to dance. Like, I wanted to have the experience, right? And for me, when I was learning, it was like, oh, but wait, I actually have to use both sides of my brain when I'm doing this. Like, I have to be planning ahead and like trying to think about what the set is and watching the crowd and then seeing how things are moving and like doing all of this stuff. And I'm like, baby, you know what? I just want to dance. That's okay.
It's absolutely okay, because you are just as important as the DJ. It's a symbiotic relationship. Mm-hmm. And as a matter of fact, we DJs need people like you, J. Ray, like a DJ Royce, like a Warrior Mama, who get out on the floor regardless of what's playing. Mm-hmm. Regardless if there's 2 people on the floor or if there's 20 people on the floor, somebody's gonna get out there and start it off, and we need people like that.
Yes,
because they're the ones that usher in the other people to the floor and make it okay for them to start dancing.
Oh my goodness, I never even thought of that, but I don't mind, child. All I need is the beat.
We know.
I don't need no people. I don't need a partner. I need me and the DJ.
Yes, indeed.
Let's
That's right.
go. That's my
That's
jam.
right, Kimberly. That's right, Kimberly. Kimberly says, when you feel it, you must move.
When you feel it, you must move. Add it to the broadcast. Since we live, we can do that.
Hey.
So listen, we're about to have a very different sort of show. So Sir Daniel is now in the hot seat, folks. So actually, I'm going to put on my J. Ray interviewer hat, and I want to spend some time. So one of the things that me and Sir Daniel were having a conversation in preparation for the show, and was like, hey, what do we want it to be? But we started talking about DJing, right?
Yes.
And what it means, how it's done, what it means when it ain't done right, like how that really was the genesis of it all, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to talk to you about the craft of DJing. And so for the folks that are joining us, thank you so much for all of the love and for sharing and all of those pieces. But join into this conversation as well. But I got a couple questions for you. Yes.
So before you ask me a question, let's shoot the question of the week to the audience.
Yes.
And you can join in as well. You can join in the chat, and you can also send video responses as well. But the question this week was, what are your expectations of the DJ when you attend the function?
Yep. I'm putting it in when you attend a function. It's in the chat. I'm going to put it on the screen. So yes.
What are your expectations of the DJ when you attend a function?
Boom. Definitely let us know in the chat. Because we are definitely going to talk through that. So Sir Daniel. All right. So, how do you describe your role as a DJ for an event? How do you describe that?
So I view the role as critical to creating the atmosphere of the event, or at least reinforcing what the atmosphere of the event should be. Like, I don't take it lightly, because I'm clear of there's an emotional responsibility that a DJ has to the audience, right? And so, it's very important you're supposed to not just play records, but you're really creating the atmosphere that whoever is putting on, or reinforcing the atmosphere that whoever is putting on the event wants to create. And you're reinforcing that. If it's a bar, you are there to encourage people to feel good, to encourage people to dance so they can work up a thirst, so they can go to the bar and purchase drinks, right? So there's depending on the event, you have to be able to tailor yourself to what that event is, and reinforce what it is that they're trying to do, reinforce what they're trying to celebrate, reinforce the vibe that they're trying to create. So, but again, I say it's a role that needs to be taken seriously, because you hold a responsibility to the people, because they're now more than ever, people are trying to get out of their heads. They're trying to get out of what they're feeling right now, because universally we're going through a lot as a people. And so whenever people get the time to experience a moment on the dance floor, a moment in the bar, and they hear their favorite record, that takes them out of whatever it is that you're experiencing, that day.
And I love that you framed it in that way, because the event that you are that you're spinning at is really important, right? So you can't just you can't do everything everywhere, right? So it is truly thinking about the place, understanding the event, and then being able to enhance. It's all about enhancing and really setting the tone, because the DJ in my love and experience sets the tone for if an event is about to be dope or not. Like,
yeah. Yeah, let's put it in church terms. Mm-hmm. When you go to church, when you walk into the main sanctuary, what's happening? The band is playing, mm-hmm. They're playing walking to the seat music. Mm-hmm. They're playing ushering in music, mm-hmm. And so that gets you in the mood. It's a joyous upbeat mood. It's not too fast. It's just a nice tempo to get you. Okay, we're coming in. We're going to sit down. We're going to say hi to everybody. We're going to, give church hugs where our hips don't touch or anything like that. You're going to do all of that, and then, but when the preacher starts hooping and is on his third offering, because the roof needs repairing. That music is either super intense. In tempo, or it's super emotional. So those things, it's a science. It is something that people are taught to do in order to evoke an emotion out of people.
Yep.
So the DJ is likened to a church musician.
Absolutely. There's a book called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, and one of the quotes, I'm gonna mess up this quote, and I put it in presentations a lot, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. It's always in front of me, so I don't have to remember it. But it was something to the effect of a DJ's job is more than just playing a few tunes. It is taking people to a higher place.
Absolutely. Whether that higher place is, the higher place could be Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. It could be, Bust It Open on the Wall. That could be your higher place.
Absolutely. Let the party have it.
Exactly. Or it could be Tremaine Hawkins.
Right. Yeah.
It just depends on the venue and the intention of that event. Yes.
Got it. So to that point, yes, and Kimberly wrote Usher in the Spirit. Absolutely. Yes. You want to, and Sir Daniel has I'm sure heard me, and if there's anyone else that has, I will scream. I will give you a yes and a hey. One, that's me breathing because I've been dancing a lot, so I have to let out something loud, but it's also letting the DJ know I hear you. I hear you. Okay. So,
and let me say that is very Black people. That's very generic to us. You know, what you just did again, that's why music is so important to us, because whether it's in a dance hall or at church, we still doing the same things, the same call and response, the yelling out, I hear you, I feel you, preacher on preacher, all of that. It's all part of us and our experience.
And coming from the same place. Oh, yes. The spirituality. So Sir Daniel, as you are, okay, so it's time for a gig. How do you prepare for gigs? Like, what's your process?
Well, first of all, I got to take a nap because I'm old. Durr.
We got to be up late. You got to be up late. DJing is it's sometimes very late.
But listen, and I was saying that in jest, but it's very true, because I'm going to speak for me. I'm going to use my I sentences. I need to be rested, and I need to have energy, because if I don't have energy, that's going to reflect in how I play. Because it will translate. It will translate in my transitions. It'll translate in my face, because depending on where I'm positioned, you might be looking dead at me the whole night.
Right.
And if I'm not rested, my face is going to show that I'm over this, y'all. I'm pressing buttons. I'm not even making eye contact with you. I'm on my phone because I'm waiting for this to be over with.
Right.
But rest is very important for me, because I need my energy built up and stamina, and have the stamina, because we're standing on our feet.
Yes.
We are, depending on if you're playing vinyl or if you're using a laptop, our heads are tilted down. So there's a lot of ergonomical stuff that's going on with our bodies. Mm-hmm. So rest is very important for your gigs. If it's a gig that you have to provide sound, you have to carry equipment.
Right.
And you and I have lugged equipment
Baby, at 3 a.m. you got to get stuff packed.
Remember that one joint where we had to
up the stairs,
walk through a garage and then go up the steps and more steps, and yeah, it's wild. But yes, rest is very important. People, please remember, your DJs need to be well rested. Mm-hmm. Preparation is key. Like I need to know. I hinted at this earlier. I need to know what this event is about. Mm-hmm. Like, who are you expecting? You know, how many people are you expecting? You know, is it somebody's birthday? Is it, what's the general atmosphere supposed to be like? Because I need to know, do I need to play clean versions? Yes. Are there going to be children there? Because I don't want to offend Mima and Papa, mm-hmm. because I'm playing the dirty version of Too Short, Blow the Whistle.
And they love that song, but they don't know that dirty version.
Exactly. So, and all it takes is one, all it takes is one cross face, and it's like, oh, I'm offended. And then someone like me, I'm highly critical of myself, mm-hmm. and I'm always watching. I'm always watching people and I'm looking at their faces, their emotions, their body language. Mm-hmm. So I take in all of those things. So other than that, I need to make sure my crates, and when I say my crates, I'm talking my digital crates, mm-hmm. in your Serato for my MP3 users. I need to make sure I will create a crate specifically for an event.
Smart. Because
I don't want the night to end and to be driving home and be like, oh, that was cool. Oh man, I meant to play Let's Stay Together.
Right.
Or about Al Green. Or if the coordinator of the event, asks you to play specific songs, mm-hmm. may as well go ahead and have that in your crate and have it ready to go.
Yes.
Because I'm not good under pressure. Mm-hmm. I don't like scrambling, mm-hmm. Because if I got 30 seconds on a song, I need to be able to already have that song queued up or know exactly where it is. Because if not, I might have dead air, and to me, dead air is death.
Yes.
So all of that is part of preparation. Just knowing where you're going, getting there early, mm-hmm. all of those things mean a lot to me, because again, I'm not good I don't like making split decisions because I feel like I'm under pressure because I didn't prepare in enough time. And you taught me this, making sure you got extra wires, because you never know. Batteries, making sure that if you have a bag, DJs, I'm sure most DJs, you guys have a bag, mm-hmm. that has where your laptop is going to be, mm-hmm. where the power cord for your laptop, because who wants to go to a gig and in hour 3 you realize that you're on 10% energy and not have your battery, right? So that's very important, making sure you line up your equipment. If you need to type it up and have a checklist, do that. Mm-hmm. It's just very important. There's just so many things that could go left.
Yes.
It's there's always like a Murphy's Law in place when it comes to DJ life. Mm-hmm. So when Murphy's Law says, expect anything that can go wrong will, so just prepare for it. Have an extra set of batteries, have an extra wire,
mm-hmm. And I guess this next question kind of leads, because I don't know where you're going to go with this question, but Sir Daniel, what is your most memorable gig and why?
So one gig and it wasn't even like a full-fledged gig. Mm-hmm. It was an appearance at our friend DJ Johnny Dynamite puts on an event called Vinyl and Vibes, which has become like the go-to event for people who enjoy vinyl DJs, who enjoy seeing and hearing vinyl being played by your favorite DJ. And so it attracts the DJ community because most of the audience are other DJs because we want to, we want to see what this person is all about. Sometimes vinyl can, tell who's really got the mots, who's got the skills, So, but it's a loving event. It's a community, people. So anyway, I said all that to say there have been several times that I've had a set at Vinyl and Vibes. And one of my first two sets, I feel like I completely bombed. Like transitions didn't go off the way I felt. And I just felt like it just didn't, nothing went well. And so the next opportunity that I got, I think one of the last opportunities that I had, and this was prior to the pandemic, I practiced my butt off. I'm telling you, every single night I was like an idiot savant in the basement, like the same records, I'm making sure that each transition was tight and just putting that practice in. And I got there and, my hands, it's a full house. So sometimes your nerves get the best of you and my hands are shaking and I'm just like, please let my hands be steady. I just don't want to push anything too fast because it'll throw off everything.
Right.
Anyway, I'm fast forward. So I'm in the middle of the set and it's going well so far, right? It's going well. And then I see somebody who I really look up to in the community walk in. Oh. And I'm like, out the corner of my eye, I'm seeing this person who's a well-known DJ who actually was part of the staff of the Scratch Academy that I went to hone my vinyl skills. And I see him walk in and he's making his rounds and, I'm looking for people's heads nodding. Yes. And so far, the crowd is with me. The crowd is grooving. And it wasn't until I think the record was Freakazoid by Atlantic Star. And I had just come out of a record and I immediately just dropped that boom, boom, boom. And the crowd went nuts. And I'm not just gassing myself up, but it was the reaction I wanted. The crowd was like, ooh, they did that. DJ JC comes walking towards the table and he stands there in front of me like this. And then he looks over at, he's trying to look at my stack of the records, and then he's looking over at me, and then he gives me this. I don't know what to compare that to, but it was like the sensei has spoken. And the sensei approves. And I forget whatever records I played after that. He came back to that table and he was like, "Oh, you gonna do that?" He did you gonna do that? And I was like,
yes.
I was like, yeah. And the crowd is still going in. I'm hitting my beats, all of that. And so it was just, and he made a remark later on that night regarding the people that he saw, because I forget why he got on the mic, but he made a remark about the talent that was there that night. And he singled me out regarding my song selection and, the tightness of my set.
Awesome.
And that was very, very affirming. That was super affirming to me that night. I don't mind telling that story and sounding like a fanboy, but that was really affirming to me that night because it showed me that the practice paid off, and that somebody of his caliber noticed that. you know? And so that was huge to me. That was very huge to me. And yeah, that was one of my most memorable moments, especially because it was vinyl.
Yeah.
I've played other parties where people really had the time of their life and whatnot. And, you know, I was on a controller and whatnot, but there was just something about it being an all vinyl set that really, you know, it really drove it home to me, and I felt very proud that night.
Yeah. And if there's one, I mean, first of all, I saw the posts from other DJs after your set, and I was like, Sir Daniel done killed it in the Atlanta. It tonight in the Atlanta, because people were posting about your set. You know what I'm saying? So that's huge. And I think the other thing that I'm taking away from this is definitely practicing and taking your skills seriously, because it ultimately pays off. One, studying, and then practicing. Study, practice.
Absolutely, because I feel like, you know, I use a controller when I have to. Mm-hmm. It's very convenient.
Convenient.
You know, technology makes these things convenient. Technology, it helps you with, you know, with doing things on the fly. Because sometimes if you have an idea, technology allows you to do a blend that you just came up with. Oh, you know, this is going to sound real funky. Let me just do that. Technology will help you do that. Mm-hmm. But as you said, you have to have a fundamental, a foundation of the fundamentals of it's a theory. Like I don't know how to explain it to people, to lay people, but I need you to trust me. In order for you to trust me, I have to show you that I know that this next record is going to fit with this record.
Yes.
Because it's the same BPM, the beats per minute. It's the same. It came from the same era, and it probably was on the charts at the same time. So those are things that you have to kind of think about also. But at the same time, I'm trying to take you on a journey. Like if you're coming into a bar, I want you to kind of I'm taking you on a journey. I want you to come in. I want you to be able to say hi to your friends, because I don't want to hit you over the head just yet with all the bangers. I need to, for lack of a better term, warm you up and get you ready.
Hold on, you getting your drink, you're like, that's my jam. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that DJ is hitting it, but you still get a chance to talk until
you hear your song and you make a beeline to the floor. Because who wants to go to a party and be the fifth person at the party, and the DJ already drops back that ass up?
Right.
And they're going,
like it's done.
And it's
now?
like, it's done? Like, oh, well, already we're here already, you know. So, but I said that to say, again, I need you to trust me that I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to take you on a journey, and you're going to experience some highs. I'm going to keep you at a certain level. Then we might go someplace completely different that you weren't even thinking about, because it's an adventure.
Yes.
You don't want to be bored
on
the dance floor.
No.
And so people don't want to be bored. So you have to know what you're playing.
Yes. Yes.
Must know what you're playing. You must know the gig. You must know, like, I'm not going to ask to DJ at House in the Park, because I may know some soul records that, you know, could probably fit into that gig. But I would not say that I have the musical depth of knowledge of the music, the house music that Kai Alice has, and Kemet and those guys. That's their lane. They study, they eat, breathe, and shit. That's what they do all day long. I know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I know, you know, I'm a little bit hip hop, I'm a little bit ratchet, you know, all of that good stuff. Definitely old school.
Yeah.
But you know, I pride myself in that, and knowing these records inside out.
Yeah.
And because even somebody that doesn't know how to DJ is not going to react well to a sloppy transition.
Oh my goodness, no! Like you immediately, you start to side eye. You be like, I don't know, and especially as a person like me. First of all, you just mentioned Kai. I adore Kai Alce. Kai at the sound table. One, I decided to close out the sound table one night. I don't know what I was thinking, but Kai, it was one of Kai's distinctive events at the time. Apparently missed the sound table because it's no longer there. Yeah,
my bad. Yeah, it's gone, completely gone.
Yes, it's nuts. So I was at the sound table and Kai played, I don't know what, I can't remember, might have been Square Biz by Tina Marie, whatever it was. I was at the front near where the booth was, and I looked up at him and he was just like, and I was like, see, yes, you know what to do right now.
He's like, I got y'all.
I got you.
I got y'all. That's what that look was.
And that's important. That's so critical. Like I need that when I go to events, and I want the DJ to be paying attention. So you actually have mentioned two things. So you mentioned the controller. We talked about vinyl. What can spinning vinyl teach you that a controller can't, if anything?
Oh, vinyl will teach you patience.
Oh, talk to us about that. What you mean?
It'll teach you patience. Like, as I said earlier, controllers allow you to do things on the fly. At your whim, you can change everything. You can mix Mahalia Jackson into your set, and nobody will blink an eye.
Right.
There is a whole discipline that comes with spinning vinyl, and I know it sounds really, hoity-toity, and big whoop, you vinyl collectors, but from the selecting of the vinyl, because
you can't take everything.
Vinyl, you can't take everything, but you have to decide in your mind, this is where I'm going to go with the time that I'm allotted. This is where I'm going to go, so let me be prepared. So it starts off with your selections, and then the actual vinyl itself teaches you patience, because you can't just manhandle vinyl. You have to be very gentle with vinyl.
Yes.
I'm trying not to be sexual here with the
innuendos,
with the innuendos or anything like that. But you gotta be real gentle with vinyl, and you have to, especially and turntables and needles. They're fragile. There's some that can take a lot more impact than others, but you got to be gentle. You got to, if you're dropping it, these records are expensive. Vinyls, needles aren't cheap. Turntables aren't cheap. So you got to be really easy on it. And again, it teaches you patience, because you have to know, like I said, you have to know that record inside and out.
Right.
On a controller, you can hit a button and it'll take you back to the intro.
Right.
But if you're beat juggling and you need to catch the beat, you need to know, like, I'm certain there are people like a JC, an Applejack, that know how many rotations to backspin will take them right back to the beginning.
Damn. Yeah.
And that's only because they've taken the patience to learn vinyl and learn and practice.
Yes.
That takes patience. So yeah, vinyl, and yeah, it's addictive. And vinyl, remember when we had JB from JB's Record Lounge on?
Yeah.
He said vinyl just feels better.
It does.
It's the analog. It's just something about it that just feels warmer, and it just feels warmer than, say, an MP3. Because sometimes MP3s can be real muddy.
Yeah.
And just don't give you the same feeling.
Yes.
This is a feeling and emotional experience, all the way around. Yeah.
So if there's two things, well, one, I want to bring in Kimberly's statement. It's like using a calculator versus doing the equation on a piece of paper. Using the calculator makes it easier and faster, but you better know how to do that math. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Warrior Mom.
Okay, because what the teachers say, show your work.
Show your work. You got to show your work.
And that's what vinyl will humble you if you don't know your work. Vinyl will humble you.
So
absolutely.
One of the other things, and this is me speaking to venue owners who aspire to have like a world-class, if you want to have a setup where DJs could really do their thing, you got to make sure that booth can withstand the rumble of people dancing while they're spinning. You know what I'm saying? Like if the booth is rattling, you can't do vinyl up there because it's gonna skip. So thinking about those things is just so incredibly important. And as you and Sir Daniel, I mean, I love just that the fullness of vinyl. When I drop a vinyl joint just back there, I mean, I could play MP3s from my computer all day, it's fine. But when I go back there and like put the needle on something, one, I'm working, so I got to listen to the whole side. Like, so is the whole thing going to play patience? Once again, even listening takes patience.
Yeah.
I just go and play that whole A side is about to play. So, but that fullness, that what happens to this room is that the room fills with sound in a different way when I drop something on the techniques in the back.
And I even feel like, I think JB also said that, Jonathan Blanchard also said this, that vinyl also holds the spirit.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
the essence of the people that were pouring their heart and soul out into those records.
Absolutely.
So I really do believe that.
Yeah. There's this makes me want to have a whole conversation about Trax Records and like kind of the history of what that label was doing. Cause it certainly gets to that the vinyl holding them Trax Records held a lot of history in those records. That's a whole other conversation that this show is not about. So my last question for you, DJ Sir Daniel, as we begin to wind down is, so of course, listen, during the pandemic, 2020, listen, DJ D Nice at the beginning really did do something phenomenal. Like those pandemic, club quarantine. Yeah, was a whole moment that the world needed with all of the insanity. From your perspective, because that was new. Like I had never seen anything like that virtually before, right? Yeah. So when you look at DJing, the craft of DJing, where do you see DJing headed from your perspective?
I think one technically is going to feel like I'm there in the house with you if we still have to continue like this, or even if you just want to participate in a DJ set, you want to be there, but you not physically, but you want to have them playing. I think the technology is going to make it sound like we're even there, right there with you in your home, because what happened is that the pandemic made all the DJs and all the manufacturers come up with various means of making these streams sound crisper. Because at first it was just me with my speaker here and you hearing it. What's the term again? I forget the term. Mm-hmm. It starts with an E. I can't remember. Anyway, what the type of sound that you were hearing? It's just like speaker and my little laptop mic picking it up, and it sounded okay. I'd probably have to turn up the speaker in here super loud in order for you to get the full effect. But now that with the technology, with the the iRigs and everything that they have set up now, it's so crisp. And even if you take us in the car with you, it's thumping. So it sounds really good. I think the technology is improving. And on top of that, what else I think is happening and is happening and needs to happen is that these DJ gigs from home, these, all of us streaming and whatnot, it allows us to just be as free as we possibly can with our music, with our selections, with our taste. We don't have to be, beholden to, what's top 40 right now. We don't have to be beholden to that.
I can play whatever.
I can play whatever. I can create, which I'm doing with Wild Girl Wednesdays. I can create a whole genre of what I want to play, from a specific era. I can do all of that and not have to worry about being side-eyed from you in the crowd because I'm not playing your record, because you tuned into me because you know what it's about to give, and it's going to give what it's supposed to give.
Right.
So I think that's the best part of these quarantine gigs. That's what's come out of it. And I think people are going to start stretching themselves and just having more fun with the music, because I think that's what's most important, is that now you don't have to, it allows you not to have to put on airs. You're just there to enjoy the music. Yeah. It's unfiltered.
I will say, this is interesting for me to say. I don't know that I've said this publicly. I am squarely one of those people. I sit in two places. I sit in I am playing my own music on my own system that I have curated, or I like going out to a venue and being around people and experiencing the music. So while I tuned into, I would like drop into like a club quarantine, like to see what, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's on, let me see what's happening. But it wasn't like something that I stuck to for like, where some folks like made it like an event. That's not me. Like, cause I'm at home and it felt strange to me. So I am looking forward to seeing, but I love the technology. You know me, I'm a tech guy. So I'm fascinated by the tech. I'm fascinated by that thing that you just said about the tech, making you feel even more so like, yo, this person is in my home with me, bringing this to me, and what that's going to look like in the coming years. Because I do feel like we are going to see more. 2020 was a testing ground for, I think, things that we will need to do in the future. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Like there's the visual aspect, because we grew up hearing our DJs only on the radio. All right. So now we have this also have this visual aspect that, adds to the experience. And to your point about, I'm home, I'm working, I don't necessarily want to have to tune in immediately during your broadcast. But with the technology, whatever platform you use, I can come check you out or whenever I want to. Yeah. Whatever time this is supposed to air, I can listen to it later on whenever I'm ready. Yep. And so that's really cool. I think one thing that you kind of touched upon about, I think a lot of people have been taking so much control of their own music. The different platforms allow you to create your own playlists. Yeah. And creating a playlist, I'll just say, is not the same as what a DJ does. It's not the same.
No. And I don't have that expectation. I do not have that expectation when I go to see a DJ. In fact, if I'm going out to see somebody, I want them to take me on a journey. Baby, I'm judging. Okay, I'm going to say, go on record. J. Ray, if you're DJing at an event, J. Ray is judging you. Like, I have expectations for what you need to do up there. You know why? Because I know music. And I don't know how to DJ, but I know what good DJing is, and I know what bad DJing is. So I want you to take me where you trying to take me. I'll go with you. Like, I'll go.
And trust us. I don't know what happened there. What happened now that people feel like, DJs aren't don't have the capacity to keep them entertained. Unfortunately, some people feel like the DJ is there playing for them. So we don't necessarily need you, and we don't necessarily need you coming up to us. And I'm just doing this PSA for my DJ brothers and sisters. We don't necessarily need you coming up to us in the middle of the set and putting your phone up to us and saying, "Do you have this? Can you play this? It's my song. It's my birthday. Can you play this?" I promise you. First of all, you shouldn't get that close now. We all need to give each other 6 feet. Some distance. But I can tell you that DJ really is not going to appreciate it. You're probably going to get what you want or something better if you just have a little patience. We're cooking here, you know. You don't want me to bring out, if I'm working at STK, you don't want me to bring out your steak, super hard.
Well done.
Or really bloody, like
right.
Straight out the slaughterhouse bloody. Let me cook.
Yes.
I got you. Trust us. Trust us.
DJ's got y'all.
We got y'all.
Yo, Sir Daniel, thank you so much for sharing your craft with us. And I have watched your journey, and I am in awe of the things that you are able to do. And yeah, man, keep doing that thing. It's important. We need you, and we need DJs to keep doing what DJs do. And so for folks who are watching this as well, and feel like you want to DJ, please do it. Like, listen, we need DJs. We need people picking up that mantle and rocking parties. And who's the 2035 DJ Sir Daniels out there that's going to be rocking and doing what Sir Daniel does? You know what I'm saying? We need that. So please do that.
Absolutely. And and piggybacking on what J. Ray just said, if you're going to do it, if you feel this in your heart, find somebody that can mentor you. Even if you don't know them personally, if it means you going out and catching them at a set, doing their thing live, take notes, study the craft. That's all we ask, is that if you're going to do this, study it and be true to it, and practice. I can't stress that enough. Practice.
Yes. So check it out. Definitely become a Q Points Insider. QPoints.com. If you go to QPoints.com, you can become a Q Points Insider. Then there's two things I want to let you know. Joining the mailing list is not necessarily becoming an insider. So you got to make sure. Some people might just want to be on the mailing list, and that's fine. But if you want to be a Q Points Insider, you definitely want to click that subscribe button. It's on the website down there in the Q Points Insider section. So you want to do that. You can email us. We got info@qpoints.com. You can email us there, some new email. Check us out on Instagram, of course, at Q Points, and on Twitter at Q Show, and right here on Facebook, you can at Q Points or at Q Show if you're typing it in.
Absolutely. I'm handling the IG and the Twitter. So whatever messages you send us, if you like the memes I'm posting, let me know.
Yes.
Let us know what this is the only time I'm taking requests. Let us know what you like us to talk about on the show. If you have any kind of show ideas or anything that you'd like to discuss, or again, if you got that new that we need to hear or need to explore, by all means, info@qpoints.com. This is a show about us, and our music. And keeping it going. So I appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning in this evening. J. Ray, we went live tonight.
We went live, and it was like, come on, that tech was together. Y'all hung out with us. This is a thing.
This is a thing. And look, if you want us to do more live shows, let us know.
Yes, let us know.
All of that.
Absolutely. So yeah, looking forward to seeing y'all next week. Thank you so much, Warrior Mama, for hanging out.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
really,
Kimberly.
really appreciate it. And yeah, man. So we'll see y'all next week.
Please be safe. Stay dry if you're in the Metro Atlanta area. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.